Tonight on CTV3 News, the North records 2 fatal road traffic accidents over the weekend. New primary schools soon to be constructed in Orange Walk. And we go to Corozal, where the recently renovated fire department is inaugurated. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, July 17th, 2023.
Me encuentro recluida porque fui acusada de inhumación, exhumación de cadáveres, profanación de cadáveres y homicidio de 13 personas.
Ellos decían que era santería, nosotros decíamos que era satanería.
Yo nunca me imaginé que a mí me iban a aventar todo lo de Adolfo.
Quien jefaturaba y quien ordenaba y quien tenía el poder y el peso de decisión pues era Sara.
The general public is hereby advised that works to pave Market Lane will commence soon. Heavy machinery will be in and out of the area. Therefore, we ask nearby banks, businesses, and schools to be considerate of the slow and interrupted traffic in the area. Residents are asked to avoid the area if necessary. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. A message from the Orange Walk Town Council.
Good evening. With your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A late-night traffic accident on Saturday in the outskirts of Orange Walk town has claimed the life of 32-year-old resident of San Esteban village. Official reports indicate that police were called out to the San Esteban road shortly before 9 p.m. on Saturday, where they found the lifeless body of a male individual lying on the side of the road. At the scene, police also observed a severely mangled motorcycle and an F-150 truck with damages to the front passenger side. The male person was identified as 32-year-old Edwin Ramirez, who it is believed died on impact as he received severe head and body injuries. Information from police at this time is that Ramirez was traveling to his home in San Esteban from Orange Walk town. When nearing this area near Muffles Junior College, he lost control of his motorcycle and crashed head-on into the F-150 pickup truck, which was traveling in the opposite direction. The pickup truck was being driven at the time of the accident by Orange Walk resident John Arredondo. Today we visited Edwin's grieving family, where his father, Jose Ramirez, told us that his son left home shortly after midday on Saturday to run errands in town. Edwin reportedly left Orange Walk shortly before 6, but is said to have stopped at a local bar where he socialized for a few hours before getting on his way.
Un amigo nos informó que estaba botado, muerto, y nosotros venimos para ver dónde está. Y llegamos y de aquí a, digamos, de Orange Walk a las 1:30 yendo para San Esteban, en la calle principal Las Artenejas, ahí miramos que está el señor detenido.
¿Su hijo, él estaba yendo para San Esteban?
Correcto, él estaba yendo porque él vino de San Esteban para Orange Walk tipo 12 del día para hacer sus diligencias, y entonces un rato quiere decir, vino para quitarse el pelo con el mismo muchacho que nos avisó. Y él se está quitando el pelo el tipo de las 6 de la tarde, porque es lo que él me dijo, mi amigo. Y de las 6 de la tarde, pues que quitó el pelo, se fue en la calle que se va aquí a Banquita para agarrar su origen donde va ahí. Pero como siempre hay un lugar que le llaman la jungla, ¿no? Ese lugar solo lo visitan ahí, es nuevo y tiene un movimiento, ¿sí?
¿O él estaba socializando?
Y yo creo, porque mi hijo pues le gustaba tomar. Y ahora que pues no llega, porque para llegar a San Esteban como 3 minutos, 4 minutos, según como vaya. Entonces él creo que llegó ahí a la jungla y se tardó y ya se puso más borracho, creo, y no, pues no sintió que horas perdió todo lo que tenía que retener, ¿verdad? Y eso pues es lo que puede pasar en uno, más bien borracho, ¿verdad?
¿Y
Porque
él acostumbraba a ir con moto?
sí, es un hombre muy excelente para manejar.
Edwin, according to his dad, will be remembered as a loving son and dedicated father.
Yo lo siento mucho porque es un hijo que me ha ayudado bastante y es mi primer hijo, puedo decir, porque él me ayudó bastante y como pues vamos a decir, él es un padre de familia también ya y yo creo que se siente cuando alguien queda abandonado. Yo como papá lo siento porque el nietecito está solo, automáticamente papá murió, era papá y mamá, porque él trabajaba directamente en el Cayo. Pero cuando él venía, le daba su tiempo a su muchachito, ¿no? Y lo traía y dormían juntos y era como una mamá, un cariño que se encariñó, ¿verdad? Y entonces él era papá y mamá, lo que yo puedo decir, porque le tuvo mucho aprecio. Y más que todo, pues como digo, mi hijo es muy conocido, él era un hombre en la maquinaria como es muy conocida la compañía de Imi Hernández en el Cayo, ahí trabajaba él. Era un hombre que cualquier máquina movía. Vino de un hombre sencillo que yo no tengo ni letra, pero mi hijo salió inteligente, gracias a Dios. Hasta aquí yo puedo decir que mi hijo fue todo para mí, y un hombre trabajador, respetuoso. Pero lamentablemente lo que estamos pasando es un dolor grande, fuerte, grande. Cuesta para resistirlo. Lo resistimos porque Dios es grande y nosotros somos una iglesia también.
The driver of the Ford F-150 pickup truck has been issued with a notice of intended prosecution as police say investigations into this latest accident is ongoing.
Here on Saturday, the 15th of July, 2023, around 8:55 p.m., police visited the San Esteban Road, where they saw a Ford 150 pickup with damages to the front. Also seen in the area was a mild motorcycle, and a male person was seen in the area with injuries to his head and body. The male person was identified as Edwin Ramirez, 31 years. He was taken to the Northern Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead thereafter. Information is that John Arredondo was driving a Ford 150 pickup when he collided with the motorcycle. Urine sample has been obtained from Arredondo. An IP has been served, and an investigation is ongoing to this matter.
Edwin leaves behind a 7-year-old son. The second fatal traffic accident here in the north occurred last night. At about 8:45 p.m., police visited between miles 52 and 53 of the Philip Golson Highway, where they observed 34-year-old Javier Pat, Belizean laborer of Tower Hill Village, Orange Walk District, on the ground with severe bodily injuries. His bicycle was noticed about 6 feet away from him. Initial investigations revealed that a white pickup heading towards Orange Walk Town hit Pat from behind, causing him to be flung off his bicycle. About 6 feet away from Pat's bicycle, police saw a motorcycle which was driven at the time by 36-year-old Edgar Robert, also of Tower Hill. Reports indicate Robert lost control of the motorcycle and hit the pavement. He also received bodily injuries. Both men were taken to the Northern Regional Hospital for treatment. However, Pat succumbed to his injuries while undergoing treatment. Edgar Robert is listed in a stable condition. Education in the Orange Walk District will soon see a significant step forward with the creation of a brand new primary school in the area of San Lorenzo housing site. The institution is the brainchild of the Briceño brothers, John and Jaime, as a tribute to their late mother, Felicita Briceño, who dedicated her entire life to education in Orange Walk. Plans for the brand new school is well underway, having already received approval from the Ministry of Education and the Catholic Diocese under whose management the school is being proposed. Ground will officially be broken for the Fel Briceño Academy later this year, But over the weekend, the Academy received a huge stepping stone towards its realization with the donation of $50,000 from the School Bag Foundation, a non-profit education-based organization started and managed by the Johnson family in honor of their mother, Nettie Johnson, who was also an educator. Chief Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Yolanda Gongora, who is also the niece of the late Miss Fell, received the donation on behalf of the Academy. This donation, according to her, is the first step for the Fell Briceño Academy, which seeks to honor a woman who dedicated her life to the prospect of quality and equal education for all.
My aunt began teaching at the tender age of 16 until her retirement at age 55. She was known as Teacher Fell to many. She touched the lives of so many of us in Orange Walk. I'm also proud to say that as my aunt, she signified hope. I can vividly remember when I was to begin high school. I don't want to say what year that was, but it was in the early 70s. I'm not that old, but I am old. It was two of us that were supposed to have gone to high school. And in those days, in the 70s, only boys go to high school. Girls were supposed to stay at home. But I went to my aunt and I said, my parents don't want to send me to high school. So she held me by my hand and we walked Belize Road. And she sat down both of my parents and said, Yolanda, we'll go to high school. We'll figure that out. So I owe a lot to my TFL for believing in me and for giving me the opportunity to go to high school. She was my inspiration that gave me the ability to continue in her path to become a teacher and to continue to light the future for generations to come. Today is a significant day in my life and in history as well, because I am the Chief Education Officer, and without my signature, the school could not have been thought of beginning. So I'm honored to be that person that signed the papers, and I'm honored that we can have something that we can remember the legacy of my aunt TFL. This will live forever as the children will be reminded of the passion that we have for quality education. And more so, I am delighted to accept on behalf of my cousins this significant donation towards the construction of Fel Briceño Academy. Thank you to the Johnson family. It is the first drop in that jar that will continue to be added towards that goal. Both of my cousins are very proud of their mom, who tirelessly provided a good education to the children of Orange Walk, and also her faith as well, by having the school be managed under the Roman Catholic institution.
For the Johnson family, whose matriarch Nettie Johnson also shared the love of education, this weekend's donation is most fitting as they continue on her work to advance education in Belize.
Today's donation is a start to the Fel Briceño Academy. We started the School Bag Foundation with the sole purpose of educational purposes in Belize, right? It's a charitable organization that my family, my brothers and I started so we could help education. My mom, Miss Nettie Johnson, her inspiration to us was always through, she always told us that doors will be open for you through education. You know, you want to better yourself, become educated. And apart from that, she always told us, if you can help, help. I admired my mom for being a public servant, but personally, I couldn't be one. And she always told me, Jimmy, that's okay. Just when you can help, help. And so we started this foundation to help. And then when we were approached by the committee and knowing of the curriculum of the area, the need for the students in this area for having a school with the being managed through the Roman Catholic Diocese and the curriculum that the committee had come up with, we thought, what better organization to be associated with. So through my mom's words, we thought if we could help, let's help. So we've gone on a fundraising scheme in the U.S. and we've approached many people. We have many donors that continue. So we're hoping that today's $50,000 donation turns into another $50,000 for years to come, and we'll continue to do so until the realization of the school is come about.
This weekend's donation, according to Jimmy Johnson, founder of the School Bag Foundation, is only but the first of many contributions towards the creation of the Fel-Briceño Academy.
What we want to continue to do is grow. We want to continue to grow our donors. So we're becoming more advertised on social media and things like that up in the U.S. for us to get more donors. And as we go about explaining the needs, when a lot of people in the U.S. think of Belize, they think, wow, what a beautiful country with all of the pristine beaches and all this and that and the other. Well, we tell them, yes, that's exactly what Belize is. It's a beautiful country, but there's also a need for young people to have access to education. And so we're thinking, okay, we're going to grow more scholarships. We want to help schools. It's right now it's the Fel-Briceño Academy. We want to continue to raise money, like I said, to see that come through. And then after that, we could help other schools. We can help teachers with their needs and stuff like that. I think the vision is endless. And my family and I were very dedicated in doing so. We're at the point now where, through our mothers' and grandmothers' words, we can help, so we're helping.
As previously mentioned, official groundbreaking for the Academy is expected later this year. The present administration has stated on the record that they will not pursue the UDP Portico definitive agreement signed by former Minister of Economic Development Erwin Contreras on October 1st, 2020. What GOB plans to do is renegotiate a brand new agreement. Why? Because the Port of Magical Belize docking facility is needed. For the project to be carried out, there is the need for the use of the seabed, which Portico wants to access to construct an artificial peninsula. While GOB is yet to give the green light for Portico to access the seabed, over the weekend we asked Minister of State in the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Management, Ramon Cervantes, for his take on the ongoing issue.
What it is doing is scaling down all the gross concessions that were signed by the then minister under the UDP government, Erwin Contreras. So those gross concessions are being scaled down so that it, as the Prime Minister said, it will be nothing less and nothing more than the concessions that were granted to the other, for example, Harvest Key and Stake Bank and the Stake Bank Development Project.
Okay, there's been this thing about tourism in Belize. We need to revamp our tourism industry. It's been 2.5 years the PUP has gone into office, but yet, even though it's needed, there is no docking facility to welcome the cruise ships that we need here in Belize. When are we going to see that? Because otherwise, we're only talking about definitive agreements and contracts. But when the actual work is going to happen, when are we going to get that industry back here and then earn the monies?
I think that's a question for the developers, because it's not the government that will make available the docks for the ships. No, those are development projects, and that is why this government is cooperating with the developers to make those facilities available to the cruise ships as early as we can.
We note that the government of the day has affirmed the Belizean public that all future cruise port agreements will need to undergo a thorough evaluation and must receive approval from both the Cabinet and the House of Representatives. Through this means, GOB intends to rectify the obscured and discreditable decision of Erwin Contreras and the UDP. Major crimes increased from 476 in the first half of 2022 to 510 in the first half of 2023, according to statistics from the Belize Crime Observatory. While murders are down and as are robberies and unlawful sexual intercourse, rape was up slightly by 5 and theft by 10. But the biggest driver was an increase in burglaries from 246 last year to 295 this year, led by the Belize district with 117. There was an increase in arrests to 83, with an overall increase of arrests to 155. In the area of drugs, the police seized sizable quantities of processed cannabis, cocaine, and crack cocaine, but 22 fewer firearms. Double the number of firearms from last year was reported stolen, 20, with only 2 recovered, while a further 6 were reported lost. By the count of the Belize Crime Observatory, BCO, of the Ministry of Home Affairs, there have been 15 fewer murders, a total of 44, reported in 2023 compared to the midpoint of 2022 when there were 59. In 4 of the first 6 months of 2023, there were fewer murders compared to the same month in 2022. January, down from 12 to 4, and in April, May, and June. There were the same number of murders in February, 8, and 1 more in March. The second quarter, which is April, May, and June, saw 25 murders reported compared to last year's 33 in the same period. 24 murders were recorded in the Belize district, down 12 from 2022, 9 in the Cayo district, down 2, 5 each in Orange Walk and Stan Creek districts, 1 in Corozal, and none in Toledo. Police have so far arrested 18 persons for this year's murders, down from last year's 22 arrests in 59 murder cases. There have been 101 total shooting incidents, down 26 from last year, including 51 in the Belize district, down 32 from last year. In the second half of 2022, there were 54 murders reported as observed by the BCO. 11 in July, 3 in August, 13 in September, 7 in October, 9 in November, and 11 in December. Coming up next, Belize, the National Fire Service inaugurates renovated Corozal Fire Station. Stay tuned in.
Me encuentro recluida porque fui acusada de inhumación, exhumación de cadáveres, profanación de cadáveres y homicidio de 13 personas.
Ellos decían que era santería, nosotros decíamos que era satanería.
Yo nunca me imaginé que a mí me iban a aventar todo lo de Adolfo.
Quien jefaturaba y quien ordenaba y quien tenía el poder y el peso de decisión pues era Sara.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
I wanted to show them something that wasn't an illusion. Something that was real. Something that they could see and touch.
Humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. We created an ecological disaster.
Ellie Sattler.
Alan Grant.
You didn't come out all this way just to catch up now, did you?
You coming or what?
That's another plane, right?
Not exactly.
Don't move.
Deteriorated fire departments across the country are currently receiving a facelift. This forms part of the Briseno administration's plan to make police safer from fires and explosive hazards through an efficient and effective fire service. Over the weekend, new amenities added to the Corozal Bay Area Fire Station were inaugurated. This includes an area where the firefighters can sleep, work, and serve the community in a more dignified manner. To show appreciation for the revamping or their work area, the entire Corozal fire team ran a mile on Saturday morning. This was followed by a special ceremony where the Belize National Fire Service inaugurated its renovated Corozal fire station.
We are inaugurating the renovation of the Corozal fire station, which we are doing countrywide, renovating all the fire stations. It helps in motivation, in improving the conditions of those noble and brave firefighters, and also in upgrading our equipment so that they can improve their service that they give to the people of the community they serve.
This is a culmination of a countrywide renovation approach to all our stations. What we are celebrating today is the official inauguration ceremony of that for this station. As you can see, we have retrofitted the buildings to accommodate the protection of our units from the elements. We have refurbished the accommodations for our firefighters to make it more comfortable, more home-oriented, and also to increase that motivation that we all need when we respond to these dangerous and hazardous incidents.
You were speaking also about the mechanisms involved. You updated software, you updated the way you work, your schedules, that kind of stuff. Please tell us about it.
Yes, definitely. What we have been doing in the fire service recently is upgrading not only our hardware, our buildings, our assets, but also the services we provide to the community. So with that, we are integrating new and modern services. For one, we have the emergency medical services, EMS, the ambulance services. We also are integrating technical rescue capabilities into the department, as well as communications by means of our radio communications dispatch center, which is like a call center, which have computer-aided dispatch software, GPS, and radio technology, digital radio technology that we use to communicate to and from our units and other agencies as well.
And now tell us about a fun day that you're having for families.
Yes, apart from the celebration of this inauguration ceremony, we also opted to include something to capture the public's attention. And by that, we have, with the guys here in the Corozal Fire Station, which actually it was their idea, to create something like an open day, a fair for the kids. As you can see, they are enjoying themselves. We have informative booths to showcase the services we provide, fun tips. We're giving away prizes. This morning we started off the day with a fun run, which was a run around the town. And also we are about to do a simulation to showcase in real time what we do.
Fire service upliftment is part of a countrywide rebuilding of the current system.
Fire stations used to be yellow, with mostly yellow, and but people used to confuse it with the police station, right? So that was one of the reasons why it was changed to a different tone, a light gray and a dark gray. We are also expanding into emergency medical services and responses. We have our first central dispatch center, dispatch center in Belmopan, which serves the whole Cayo area, the whole Cayo district, and we are expanding one in the north. We are looking to get one in the north, where it will deal with Orange Rock and Corozal, and that will deal with emergency medical situations, all kinds of emergency accidents and things like that. We'll be getting also ambulances for the fire stations, and those will be especially to respond to emergencies.
These are being made possible through a collaboration with the U.S. Embassy.
As you can see, we're here inaugurating the fire station. There was a renovation of it. Before, you would have the firefighters sleeping right back there. You have the fire trucks here, and they're sleeping right there. Now, as you can now see, the headquarters over here, the sleeping headquarters, when they are on call in the night, it's very conducive to them. And I'll bring in a little bit of psychology. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we must provide the basic needs for our people. And a basic need is a need for shelter and to feel protected. So if we have our firefighters having an area that is conducive to their work, then they will give more to our people, right? You know, years ago, I truly believe that they were not given that respect and that attention. And even though that was happening, they were still working. But now we are lifting their morale, and we will be able to have them providing better services for our people. So it's money well spent. Soon coming to Corozal, to the north, is we're going to have a better response system, an emergency response system, and this will be done in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, so that when something is happening, they are being informed immediately. So that is very good as well for Corozal.
The government of Belize has so far allocated some $3 million that will be fueled into reconstructing the image and service of the fire department. Globally, nearly 1 in 3 women have experienced violence, with crises fueling up the numbers even higher on a yearly basis. As such, gender-based violence is the most pervasive violation of human rights, but it can be prevented. Today, 20 member countries, including Belize, have revisited a draft strategy that started making its consultation rounds 1 year ago in relation to GBV. The move is a valiant one, recognizing the need to ensure protection for everyone regardless of gender, says the president of the National Women's Commission, Thea Garcia Ramirez.
CARICOM has, over the last year, had several discussions. I think it was August in last year where they had consultations with us. So this is a session to look at the draft of the consultations that have been held over the 20 member countries in regards to a strategy, a CARICOM strategy to reduce inequality in all the countries. And as a member state, Belize has participated. We have been engaged in consultations. We are going to review the draft and look at all the information that has been proposed by all the member states. And so at the end of today, our hope is that we will have a usable document that will then hopefully be ratified, and we will have as the overarching policy regionally to guide us to reduce inequality through equity.
The revision of the draft strategy through consultation will be carried out in each of the 20 member countries.
The strategy speaks to education, health, freedom from violence, gender equality and social inclusion, economic empowerment, and sustainable natural resource management. And these priority pillars were actually had from the 1995 Beijing Declaration Platform for Action, which is the most comprehensive program ever to achieve gender equality, equity, and women's empowerment. So all the strategies across the region, their priority areas, have mirrored these 12 guidelines of the strategy. Some member states did 12 areas. Belize did 5. The 2013 Gender Equality Strategy, I was one of the architects of that, and that actually forms part of this. Their 2021 policy actually builds on the 2013, and it falls right in line. So member states has, as part of their duty now, to align their strategies and policies with this regional strategy so that we can be singing from the same hymn sheet. So since the consultations were held last year, today we're here to validate what was held. Essentially, it's a consensus building exercise to say that What we've agreed in the area of health, what we've agreed in the area of education is what we want to achieve as a country.
On July 11, 2023, the government of Belize received the proposals from the Elections and Boundaries Commission in relation to the redistricting of electoral divisions. The proposals did not sit well with GOB, and Deputy Prime Minister Cordell Hyde confirmed that in a televised interview last week. On Saturday, while we had the opportunity, we pressed Minister Elvia Vega Samos to weigh in on the issue surrounding government's position of the completed redistricting exercise. Here is what she told us.
When it comes to redistricting, I honestly believe that however it is done, it is our duty as area reps to get to our people. So whatever is decided in terms of Corozal Bay, you better believe, Elmer, that I'll be out there doing as much as I can for our people. I am, how can I say, whatever is decided, I will work with what I have.
As is your area is not going to be touched, right?
I am not sure. we should be seeing that pretty soon in the House of Representatives.
And you're going to be running again?
Definitely.
The document will now be tabled at the House of Representatives for debate. Kevin Williams, a young Orange-Kenyan from the area of Tron Farm, has kicked off a back-to-school drive for students from Sugar City. According to the young leader, it is his first drive, and his hope is that community will respond positively as his organization, Unite for Our Children's Education, plans to provide assistance to needy students as they prepare for the upcoming school year. If you have a school supplies you would like to donate, you can reach Williams via his Facebook account.
This back to school program is to assist single parents and also the needy kids, right? Basically, what I came with this idea is to help assist kids for this upcoming school year. And I think it's a great initiative as a young youth to show the community the love for the kids as well when it comes to doing this back to school drive. Basically, it's my first back to school drive, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to help those kids in the back to school, getting back to school instead of staying outside, doing other stuff and like negative stuff when it comes to the community. I would like to see them back to school. I want to see them with a smiley face. You know, there's a lot of people, kids that do need the help, and I believe that sometimes these kids, some of them might not be going to school because of the school materials, and basically, you know, things are very hard right now, and basically just to provide them with a little assistance, like giving them a school bag, that would be more than happy, because you know, putting us kids a smile on a kid, it's very good as well.
But for the drive to be success, Williams needs your assistance.
My first target is within I would say like 25 bags, school bags. I would be targeting within town, right? The most the most part of the town that I would be targeting would be like in Trail Farm. Also will be targeting like Union Town area, and also in Palmar. As much as the more bags I can get, the more opportunity that I have to help these kids, right? But this is for the kids that they do really need assistance within the community. And I am just asking for like a humble support from the community. If they can donate anything, like a pencil, razor, anything is much appreciated. I am not asking for monetary wise, but definitely I'm just asking for a full support on this, just to help me assist these kids as well.
You can reach out the organizer at telephone number 600-8011 to pledge your support. On July 15, 2023, Prime Minister John Briseno departed the country to attend the European Union Community of Latin American and Caribbean States Summit 2023. The summit is being held from July 17 to the 18th in Brussels, Belgium. The Prime Minister is accompanied by Eamon Courtney, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Immigration, Ambassador Stuart Leslie, Cabinet Secretary and Chief of Staff, and Ambassador Amalia Mai, Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. The office of the Prime Minister informed it that he will subsequently proceed on personal leave and will return to Belize on July 31st, 2023. During his absence, Cordell Hyde, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Natural Resources, Petroleum and Mining, will hold over as Prime Minister. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, July 18th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.